Welcome to Microchip's briefing. The content of the briefing includes Samsung to receive up to $140 million in subsidies for Japan chip facility. Update to U.S. Senator Marco Rubio calls on Biden to sanction Chinese chip firm Bright. 3 overvalued stocks that could plunge if the market crashes. The biggest tech stories to watch in 2024. Technology is helping Santa Claus come to town more efficiently. Samsung to receive up to $140 million in subsidies for Japan chip facility. Nikkei Asia. Samsung Electronics will receive up to $140 million in subsidies from the Japanese government to build a chip development facility near Tokyo. The investment is expected to come to $281 million, of which Japan's Ministry for Economy, Trade and Industry will subsidize up to half. Development at the facility will focus on chip packaging, an important step in the chip-making process. Samsung aims to develop chip packaging technologies with Japanese peers and has already secured many orders in advanced packaging from high-performance computing clients at home and abroad. Update to U.S. Senator Marco Rubio calls on Biden to sanction Chinese chip firm Bright. Yahoo! Republican lawmaker Marco Rubio has urged the Biden administration to sanction Bright Semiconductor for its work for Chinese military suppliers and its association with China's largest chip maker, Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC. Bright offers chip design services to 6 military suppliers and is also part-owned by SMIC. Rubio's letter called on the U.S. Department of Commerce to impose licensing requirements on Bright similar to those imposed on SMIC. 3 overvalued stocks that could plunge if the market crashes. Yahoo! The biggest tech stories to watch in 2024. Yahoo! The new year is nearly upon us, which means it's the perfect time to look ahead to the tech trends that will shape 2024. Generative AI was the story of 2023, and just because the clock strikes midnight on January 1st, doesn't mean it will become any less important. Look for generative AI, and AI in general, to continue to drive a huge portion of the conversation in the year ahead. It's not just going to be about new models and companies joining the AI arms race, though. Talk will increasingly focus on how companies are generating revenue from their early generative AI investments. But AI won't be the only story making waves. Augmented and virtual reality will also take center stage when Apple AAPL releases its Vision Pro headset in early 2024, setting up a showdown with rival Meta. Autonomous vehicle technology will also get plenty of attention in 2024, as companies like Tesla, TSLA, and GM face criticism related to their self-driving capabilities and more automakers deploy advanced driver assistance features. There are also sure to be stories that explode onto the scene that we can't even fathom today. Who could have known in 2022 that generative AI would become the tech story of 2023? With that said, here are some of the biggest themes you can look forward to in 2024. Technology is helping Santa Claus come to town more efficiently. Economist. Father Christmas Global Incorporated has provided a business update to shareholders, outlining the company's efforts to improve efficiency and streamline operations. The company has invested in technology, including sidewalk robots, drones, and hypersonic jets, to improve logistics and avoid supply chain issues. They have also implemented 3D printers at satellite production sites, allowing them to produce toys locally and reduce supply disruptions. The company has also developed a Santa app for iOS and Android, offering customizable gifts. Father Christmas Global Incorporated is confident that these measures will help them manage costs and improve their environmental footprint. U.S.-sanctioned Chinese chip startup unveils GPU-based computing center. South China Morning Post. Chinese GPU startup More Threads Intelligent Technology has launched a new graphics card and GPU-based computing hub for AI training. The move comes despite More Threads being placed on a U.S. trade blacklist in October 2021, making it difficult for the company to manufacture chips and access U.S. electronic design automation software. More Threads CEO Jams Jianzhong said the new GPU and hub were aimed at serving China's growing needs for large language model training. The KUAE Intelligent Computing Center can train a 130 billion parameter model within 56 days. Japan Trade Minister aims to help Rapidus grow customer base. Bloomberg. Japan's new trade minister, Ken Saito, has stated that he hopes to expand support for local startup Rapidus Corporation by helping the company grow its customer base. Rapidus is a key player in Japan's semiconductor industry, and Japan has been investing heavily in the sector in order to regain its status as a major semiconductor powerhouse. The government has allocated almost $13.9 billion in an extra budget to boost domestic semiconductor production. Saito aims to strengthen the competitiveness of Japan's industries as a whole and lead to economic growth through building a solid semiconductor industry. How the markets and the economy surprised investors and economists in 2023, by the numbers. Associated Press. Inflation moderated in 2023, both globally and in the US, leading to speculation that interest rates may start to come down in 2024. The global inflation rate is estimated to have decreased from 8.7% in 2022 to 6.9% in 2023. This is still relatively high, but the moderation has given investors hope for rate cuts in the future. Surprisingly, the U.S. economy held up well throughout the year, despite concerns at the beginning of the year that a recession was imminent. The economy's strength led to counterintuitive moments where Wall Street cheered weaker economic reports, as long as they were not too weak, because it meant that the Federal Reserve could engineer a perfect landing for the economy by slowing it down just enough to reduce inflation without causing a recession. As a result, U.S. stocks rebounded from their dismal performance in 2022. The year also saw growth in stock markets around the world. However, higher interest rates did have an impact on the U.S. housing market, with sales of previously occupied homes falling to their slowest pace in over 13 years. From AI and inflation to Elon Musk and Taylor Swift, the business stories that dominated 2023. The Independent. The top business stories of 2023 include the fight against inflation, the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, the resurgence of labor unions, Elon Musk's transformation of Twitter into X, the struggles of the housing market, and Taylor Swift's impact on the economy. Central banks, including the Federal Reserve, deployed aggressive interest rate hikes to combat inflation, which had been sparked by supply shortages and price spikes. AI became more mainstream, with the introduction of ChatGPT and concerns over its impact on jobs. Labor unions capitalized on worker shortages to demand and receive better pay and benefits, while Elon Musk's rebranding of Twitter faced backlash and advertiser boycotts. The housing market suffered from high mortgage rates and rising prices, making homeownership unaffordable for many. Taylor Swift's concert tour boosted regional economies and drew attention from the Federal Reserve. Other notable stories include the chaos in the cryptocurrency industry, with convictions and legal settlements as regulators took a more aggressive stance. The banking industry also faced a crisis, with 3 mid-sized banks collapsing due to higher interest rates and investor withdrawals. Despite these challenges, global stock markets rallied, driven by the easing of inflation and gains in tech and pharmaceutical stocks. The global economy showed resilience despite the pandemic, energy disruptions, inflation, and high interest rates. The U.S. economy continued to grow, defying predictions of a recession. However, concerns remained about China's weakened growth. Overall, these stories highlight the ongoing challenges and changes in the business world, from economic factors like inflation and interest rates to technological advancements and labor movements. Chinese chip gear leader achieves key breakthrough, backer says. Bloomberg. Shanghai Microelectronics Equipment Group, SMEE, a Chinese chip-making equipment manufacturer, has reportedly achieved a technological breakthrough in chip-making gear. The company has developed a lithography machine that can be used to make 28-nanometer chips, according to its major state-backed shareholder, Zhangjiang Group. SME is seen as China's best hope to contend with ASML Holding, the Dutch company that has a monopoly on the cutting-edge extreme ultraviolet lithography systems required to make advanced semiconductors. The U.S. Department of Commerce blacklisted SME last year as part of efforts to thwart China's attempt to build a world-class chip industry. That's all the news we have for today, folks. Let's recap the top stories. Samsung Electronics is set to receive up to $140 million in subsidies from the Japanese government to build a chip development facility near Tokyo. This investment will help Samsung focus on chip packaging technologies and strengthen its position in the chip-making process. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio has called on the Biden administration to sanction Chinese chip firm Bright Semiconductor for its work with Chinese military suppliers. Rubio's letter highlights the need for licensing requirements on Bright, similar to those imposed on Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC. 3 overvalued stocks, IonQ, NVIDIA, and Marathon Digital Holdings, have gained significant value in 2023. However, there are concerns that their astronomical valuations may not be sustainable, especially if market conditions change. Looking ahead to 2024, we can expect generative AI and AI in general to continue driving the conversation. Augmented and virtual reality will also take center stage as Apple and Meta battle it out with their respective headsets. Autonomous vehicle technology and other unexpected tech stories are sure to make waves as well. Father Christmas Global Incorporated is using technology to improve efficiency and streamline operations. From sidewalk robots to 3D printers, Santa Claus is coming to town more efficiently than ever before. Despite being on a US trade blacklist, Chinese GPU startup More Threads has launched a new graphics card and computing hub for AI training. This move aims to serve China's growing needs for large language model training. Japan's new trade minister aims to expand support for local startup Rapidus Corporation in a bid to strengthen Japan's semiconductor industry. The government has allocated funds to boost domestic semiconductor production and hopes to lead to economic growth through a solid semiconductor industry. Inflation moderated in 2023, giving investors hope for rate cuts in 2024. The U.S. economy held up well throughout the year, and the strength of the economy led to counterintuitive moments where weaker economic reports were cheered on Wall Street. The top business stories of 2023 include the fight against inflation, the rise of AI, the resurgence of labor unions, Elon Musk's transformation of Twitter, struggles in the housing market, and Taylor Swift's impact on the economy. These stories highlight the ongoing challenges and changes in the business world. Shanghai Microelectronics Equipment Group, SMEE, a Chinese chip-making equipment manufacturer, has reportedly achieved a technological breakthrough in chip-making gear. This is seen as China's best hope to contend with ASML Holding and build a world-class chip industry. And that concludes today's news. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on these stories. Do you think Samsung's investment in Japan will strengthen its position in the chip-making process? Are you concerned about the overvaluation of certain stocks? What are your predictions for the biggest tech stories in 2024? Let's keep the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.